tears through a Nanakuli neighborhood. One building completely destroyed, others in jeopardy. We're live on the scene with more.
Good morning, live here in Nanakuli, where you can see firefighters over my shoulder. They've been here since just before 4 o'clock this morning when this house fire broke out. And right now I'm here with Taj. He actually lives next door. Firefighters are working on your home at this very moment. Taj, explain to me what happened when you woke up.
Woke up to a loud shout. My auntie shouted for us to get out, wake up and get out, and we all got out, thankfully, and we came outside, and our neighbor's house was totally engulfed in flames. The flames were higher than our roof, and we grabbed our water hose and just tried to do all we could to protect our home.
And Taj, you tell me that this house where the fire started is abandoned, and it's been abandoned for years. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, it's been abandoned for a couple years now, but there's this mentally challenged homeless person that's been coming. I think maybe his family used to live here or whatnot, but he keeps coming back and starting fires. For the last several months, past year perhaps, he's been constantly being arrested, taken to jail, but then let loose. And he keeps coming back. A couple months ago, he burnt down this car. The firemen were here. Just yesterday, in fact, our neighbor had to put out a fire that was started just yesterday from this guy. And we've been calling nonstop. Police do what they can. We've contacted our city council representative. No response. They're probably really busy. But this definitely could have been prevented. Something definitely needs to be done for the mentally challenged. And, my heart goes out to him. I mean, he's not all there in the mind. He perhaps doesn't have family. He's homeless. And so, we don't have so much ill feelings towards him, but definitely something could have been done better. And we're just grateful that my whole family's we're safe. Our house is burnt, but those things can be replaced. Life cannot be replaced. And so we just thank God that he was watching over us, and we just ask our community to keep our family in prayers.
Absolutely. Now, this abandoned house is in between, as we mentioned, Taj's home and this home over there. So a lot of people displaced, including your family, right here this morning. Where do you go from here since your home is partially destroyed?
We go straight to God in prayer. He's going to take care of us, and we'll rebuild, no problem. I mean, it wasn't our whole house that was destroyed, just a part of it. My office, hopefully my Bible and my spiritual books are still intact. But we go to God in prayer, and he's going to take care of us. And my heart goes out to my grandparents, especially. They're kind of shaken up. My grandpa built this house from the bottom up. And he's a strong man. He's 80-something years old, and he's still building. So we're probably just going to get right back and build again.
Taj, thank you so much, and so happy you and your family are safe. Best of luck to all of you this morning. This home on Mikana Street charred and up in smoke. Dozens of firefighters responded just before 4 o'clock Tuesday morning.
Apparently it was an unoccupied structure. There may have been one person occupying that. The person is not at the scene right now. Unfortunately, the fire did spread to the structure on your right.
The flames spread to this two-story home next door. Taj Pacleb was asleep when he heard the screams.
So my auntie was shouting from downstairs to get out. Woke up, came downstairs, and our next-door neighbor's house was on fire.
8 people were home at the time. All got out safely. They watched as firefighters tried to save the family home Pacleb's grandparents built. His grandmother covered in a blanket and treated for burns on her arm.
Feel bad for my grandparents. My grandparents built this house that was damaged from the ground up.
The Honolulu Fire Department says crews were called to the same abandoned home for a fire on Monday. Neighbors say the property has been vacant for years and set on fire several times over the past few months.
I came out here like 8 o'clock at night one night, half naked with my water hose dragging over there, trying to kill fires. You know what I mean? Like, just crazy. And the guy, he just makes a fire. And he runs off.
Pacleb is just grateful his family made it out.
Our office is completely destroyed. My grandma's bathroom and bedroom is destroyed. Everything upstairs is smoked out, so we anticipate a lot of damage. But those things are replaceable. life is not replaceable. We're just grateful that God protected us. We got out, everyone got out in time.
In Nanakuli, Mackenzie Stasko, Island News. It took firefighters about 20 minutes to extinguish that fire, but before they could put it out, it quickly spread to this nearby home right over my shoulder, displacing about 8 people. And right now I'm here with one of those people inside the home. Taj, you were there this morning. You were sleeping. Tell me what you woke up to.
Woke up and my auntie was screaming. The flames from that house was above our second-story house, and it was real close by. We came out and we started to grab our hoses to try and save our home, but unfortunately the fire went through the upstairs windows and totally destroyed a couple of bathrooms and my office. There's smoke damage all throughout the top level. Bottom level, there's a water coming through the ceilings, so we definitely got water damage and smoke damage. Property destroyed. It's unfortunate, but thankfully all my family is safe. We made it out safely. My grandma got a little burn, but she'll be fine. We're gonna make it through it. But yeah, it's tragic that a known arsonist was let loose. You know, I mean, this has happened frequently in the last 6 months, and this is the same person doing it over and over again. And so our state or the authorities, he got arrested, but they're letting go a known arsonist. And so, you know, we're a victim of that, but you know, God was watching over us, and it's a mess in there. It's a big mess, but we believe that God can turn a mess into a message. He can turn tragedy into triumph. He can turn victims into victors, and that's what we are. You know, we believe that the Lord is going to help us, and we just are so grateful for the community coming out, showing their support, firemen, police officers. But yeah.
And again, thankfully, no injuries to report, although you did say your grandma, we just learned that she has a small burn on her arm. Everybody, the 8 people inside that home managed to get out safely. And again, Honolulu firefighters are here on scene investigating. We did ask if this fire is suspicious. They did say that Honolulu police and fire investigators are looking into it. But as Taj mentioned, this is the second fire in at least 2 days, but you say there's been several over the past few months, and including this car. This car was also set on fire in front of that property.
Yeah, just a few weeks ago, that car was on fire. Several months ago, the same individual smashed the back windshield of my vehicle and has been doing, you know, he has mental issues, and so, you know, he has his own issues, and, you know, we're just praying for him, and I feel sorry for the guy. You know, he's homeless, or I don't know if he has family around, but yeah, I think our state needs to do better with the mentally challenged and those who are known threat to our communities. I mean, he's been arrested for arson numerous times, and so this event could have been easily prevented. And unfortunately, we're suffering the property damage, it's costing tons of money, and it's just a big inconvenience. But like I said, you know, God is with us, and all of these things can be replaced. Life can't be replaced, and so the enemy can take away our possessions, but he can't take away our hope. He can't take away our joy. And we're going to pull through this by God's grace, and so we're just grateful that it wasn't worse. And you know, this whole world eventually is going to be on fire, but the Bible says those who do God's will abide forever, and we're just trying to do God's will. So,
Taj, thank you so much. So happy to hear that you and your family are safe this morning. Appreciate it. Again, live here on Mikana Street here in Nanakuli at the scene of a house fire at an abandoned property right over my shoulder. You can see that firefighters have extinguished that fire, but one